Welcome back, folks, to Secondhand Merchandise. Hope everybody's doing pretty good. Yes, folks, I got another scammer out there trying to scam our store once again. This one here, we sold this vintage phone to this buyer, and his phone was in excellent condition. I mean, there was not even a scratch on this phone. It was just really in excellent condition, working order. I mean, you can see it's perfect. But so we shipped this item out in early November, and we usually ship out pretty fast. So when we shipped out this item to this buyer, received this within 3 days. So within 3 days of her receiving this item, she opened a claim with eBay, a case with eBay, saying that let's find the details down here. Return details. And you can see she opened a claim here, and it says it arrived damaged. And this is the last notes up here. So down here, let's see. On the 6th, that's when she purchased it. Got delivered on the 13th. She received it on the 13th. And let's go look at this item. And here's the item that she's claiming it got damaged. Here's the piece falling off. And here's this piece all cracked up. As you notice, the rotary here is untouched. It's only where the handle sits on the rest on the neck here. It's damaged. So she sent me an email, says thank you for your response. That's my message to her. So she replied. So I advised her to open a claim with the post office. So this is her reply back to eBay, which I received it. It says, seller advised me to file a claim with the post office, saying that the box must have been crushed to sustain the damage. The box was perfect when delivered. The seller's packaging was perfect. So she's admitted to me that my packaging was perfect. Nevertheless, the item was broken when I opened the box. I don't believe it was my responsibility to file a claim, especially when the box was not damaged in any way. Thank you for your help. I just want my money back, my money refund. So, I don't know where the other message is, but I replied back saying that, well, the box, I was asking if the box was crushed and all that. She claims the box wasn't crushed. The packaging was in perfect condition. And I just don't know how this phone got damaged. So my reply back to her is, thank you for your response. I want to emphasize that the item was in perfect condition when it left our facility. It was clearly, unfortunately, I cannot account for events that transpired between the post office and items handed to you. So I'm just saying that that's out of my control. It's up to the post office to resolve this matter. I mean, I always advise the buyer to open the claim, because the claim would get resolved a lot quicker than if the seller does. If the seller opens a claim, it will take 30 to 60 days for a claim to get resolved through the post office. Sometimes it might be a little quicker than 30 days, but I experienced in days, 45 days before the post office even said anything. Even if the buyer opens a claim and the post office wants it back delivered to them so they can expect it, it's a lot easier for the buyer to send it back to the post office, which the post office, you just put it back in a box, drop it at the post office, hand them the letter at the post, hand the letter to the post lady, and she takes care of the rest. So I told her I'll open claim on your behalf. And she says up here, I don't have a problem. Will you initiated an investigation with the post office? As you know, I have not disputed with you or eBay that the packaging was perfect. I also did not dispute that the package, when handed to me, was in pristine condition. Everything looked great to me when I opened the box. The item was broken in the shrink wrap. My mistake was not taking a picture of that. I don't know if you are a telephone employee, but I'm a telephone retiree of 30 years. Know about these phones. So she's been working with the telephone company for 35 years. She's retired with 35 years. So she's saying that she knows everything about the phone. But do you know anything about delivering, lady? She doesn't know nothing about delivery. And you can see when I delivered the package, it didn't not look nothing like this when we shipped it out. Let's go find those pictures, timestamp photos, and here's the photos before we shipped it out. And here's photos before we shipped it out. The phone was not busted. You can see the bottom right, the timestamp before we packaged the item. And so this timestamp below there matches the shipping label. You see where it's shrink wrap. There's nothing wrong with it. You see it's in a box. It's all bubble wrap after the shrink wrap. All in a box, nice and tidy. And then we put paper on top so it's all locked in place so this box will not move and will not get damaged if you drop the phone. Not at all. So there's no way that this phone got damaged in the box by itself without the box being crushed or whatever the case might be. Even if it had been dropped off a two-story building, you'd be some kind of dents on the box. And she's claiming the box was not dinged at all, not damaged at all. So like I said, she opened a return case. eBay allowed her to return this phone back to me. So when she returned the phone back to me, I opened that box and I looked at the box, and this is how the phone looked like. This is her pictures, how she received the phone, and you can see the neck's broken, the earpiece is broken, and all that. So when I received the phone back to me and opened the box, this is what I got, and I was shocked when I received this package. Yes, sirree, you can see that phone does not look nothing like her photo at all. This phone got smashed by a hammer. She smashed this phone with a hammer when she returned it. This is what she returned back to me, folks. She smashed this phone. It's a mango piece. There's no way. From her pictures to these pictures, the phone looks like this. She deliberately smashed the phone with a hammer, folks. I just can't stress how much that I was shocked when I saw this phone. I was really shocked. I was damn shocked. I couldn't believe my eyes that people would do stuff like this. But it damages do happen. But when you go return an item and you go even cause more damage to the phone, there's no way you're going to get a refund back by me. There's no way. So I opened a case with eBay to let them know and show them these photos. Say, this is what I received the phone back. I go, you can see the photos that she showed us how she received the phone. And this is how I got the phone back to me. Damaged in pieces. I just can't believe it. So folks, you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for these buyers, because they gonna pull a fast one. That's why if they're trying to look for fast money, always get the item back and match the item. Make sure that's the item you shipped out. Because a lot of times these buyers, they're gonna return a different item back to you, or they gonna return an item that they used to have and it was busted, and they're returning a broken piece so they have a newer piece to replace the broken piece. That's why we keep track of all the serial numbers, and if there's not serial numbers down, we'll find any defects on the phone and take pictures of that. So when they do return something back, we can match our photos to see if that's exactly the same item that we shipped out. So always protect yourself, folks, when you ship items, because a lot of these buyers out there is trying to get something for nothing, and there's a lot of sellers out there who will just refund a buyer without a return, and that's totally fine. But you're just losing revenue on this. So in this case here, folks, I sent my pictures to eBay, and eBay agreed with us, and the case was closed. We won the case. We got our money back from this buyer, and it was all good. We blocked the buyer from buying from our store in the future. We got their address on our spreadsheet, so those addresses pop up. We know that that's the same buyer that returned the item back to us at that address. So we're not shipping to that address if that address ever pops up with a different name or a different eBay account. We will not ship to that address because we have everything on file that will compare if it pops up. Alright folks, that's all I got to say about this scammer. Please like, subscribe, and if you have any questions, leave it in the description box below. Have a great day.